All right, hey there. Thank you so much for watching Conversation 6. We're moving right along through Pack 2 in the Fluent in 15 course. So behind me, I have several phrases that I've identified from the conversation with Arniel that were really interesting. Now, just to remind you, the conversations are totally unscripted. They're unscripted because I want you to hear natural conversation, the way that two native speakers talk to each other without reading, without planning. So these are the real phrases that you need to know for real life conversation with American English speakers. So let's get started here. Every so often, when you want to say sometimes, this is another way to say that. Let me hear you say every so often. Great. Now a little note on this, I say often, but some Americans say often. Now this is a regional difference. Both are correct, so it's your choice. Just make sure that you do make the F sound, often or often, okay? Next we have performance / art. So it's really common for speakers to say this symbol, which is /, either when you're talking about a web address or when you're talking about two genres and you want to include them both, okay? Next, what I would call, so this is when you want to kind of hedge an idea. So for example, someone might say, modern art is not really what I would call art. Now, I like modern art, but some people don't, so they might say that. So you could use it to introduce your opinion or to kind of hedge an idea. What I mean is to soften an idea. Next, my girlfriend at the time, so Arniel is talking about his wife, well, his wife now, but when he was experiencing the story that he told me about a few years ago, his now wife was his girlfriend. So if you want to explain that, you can simply say my girlfriend or my boyfriend at the time, meaning at the time of telling the story, or at the time the story occurred, if that makes sense. Next, I can't even explain it. So if you're trying to explain something that's really strange or crazy and you just can't find the words, this is a great phrase to use. So let me hear you say this phrase. I can't even explain it. All right, great. Next, folks back in the hood. So Arniel is using some slang here. Folks, not folks. There's no L sound, just folks. Folks back in the hood. Folks are people, but this is a way of saying people that's really casual. The hood is short for neighborhood or the area where you live. Next, third wave. So Arniel is talking about a genre of music called ska, which was popular in the 70s, and then I believe it was popular in the 80s a little bit, and then it was popular in the 2000s. I could be a little off, but what I'm trying to explain is that there were 3 waves of popularity. So a wave is when something becomes very popular. The popularity goes up and then down, just like a wave in the ocean. Great. Chilling is a slang word to say spending time or relaxing. So again, only use folks, hood, chilling. Use these phrases just with friends. They're really not professional words for formal situations. On the radar. On the radar is a really cool idiom that you can use to say that something has your attention, or you know of something, or you're concerned about something, or you're interested in something. You know, for example, nowadays, metal music is not really on the radar. For me, it's not really on my radar. This means I don't really care about metal music anymore these days, even though when I was a teenager, I used to listen to it. Okay, last, most definitely. This is just a fun way to emphasize that you agree with something. So, would you go see a certain concert? Oh, most definitely. What's a concert that you would like to see? Tell us about it in the Facebook group. It's a great way to interact and get to know each other. The awesome members of the Go Natural English community are there to help you, and they're waiting for you to contribute. All right, so I hope to see you there. I'll also see you in the next conversation 7. All right, bye for now.